And then, lastly, I mean, it wasn't a real hot summer. We didn't get those long stretches of extreme heat,
nice.
which is actually good for golf, maybe not good for the lake, people that like those boats and stuff, and Roosevelt, but for golf, it was perfect. Then, of course, no smoke in August, which was, quite a relief since the last few years.
Now, did you really see, like, the past few years where we've had the fires, do you guys see a hit on attendance?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge drop-off, especially when you get your TV personalities like Tom Sherry, sitting there telling people, do not go outside. This is hazardous to your health. And, people,
they tend to listen to that.
Yeah, they tend to listen, so any outdoor activity, I mean, any business that's related to, on the weather is always, you're always running that risk, kind of like the ski hill. If they don't have a great snow year, well, numbers aren't going to be there, so. Did
you see some diehards out there golfing in the smoke or golfing with a mask on?
Oh yeah. We actually gave away complimentary masks in the pro shop.
You guys should have called me up and said, "Hey, will you tag our announcement with free masks if you come golf?"
That's the least we can. That's the least we can do for you, right?
Yeah, that's the one thing. As not that it's a good thing, and I'd sure like to quit, but as a smoker, I found that the fires really don't bother me.
Really? I would think it would be. I would think it would be the opposite.
It doesn't bother. It's just like I've got a constant cigarette going. I'm lying, but it's probably a little easier on me than it is for some strange reason. All right, what led to the increase in play this year? What do you think? It's just the weather?
There was a few things. I mean, we did a few different things with our. We'd like to believe that our marketing's paying off a little bit. We kind of increased our reach on social media, not just Facebook, but we also my head pro Josh. Started an Instagram page, and we got some followers there. We're on LinkedIn, just the whole social media thing. We also, we did some advertising with you here at the radio, mainly on the food and bev operation. And then we still do print advertising with Chewelah Independent and Spokesman Review, but Facebook is an interesting animal in itself. The fact, and I would encourage any small business, if you're trying to drum up some revenue or get your message out there, Facebook, I think, is where it's at and boosting. I mean, you can spend as little as $10 and reach, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people.
You can really target it for Chewelah, pick a 50-mile radius.
Yeah,
like
really,
that.
And the demographics. I mean, it's really interesting how you can adjust things to reach your target audience and for reasonably, efficient. I mean, I think we had about $750 budgeted for Facebook boosting, and I think we spent maybe half of that. And
had some good results.
Yeah. We'd like to think that our marketing's working, but the weather. It was just a combination. It was kind of a perfect year for us, really. It was the best year we've had in a long time. So.
I'm with you on the Facebook thing. It was the first time I boosted a few times when we've had events, but it was the first time I boosted several times, and it was the talent show last spring.
Uh-huh.
And it really it was the highest ticket sales pre-show ticket sales we'd ever had at a show, and the first time we've ever had to turn people away.
Yeah, well, that's you don't want to turn them away, but that's a great problem to have.
It is a great problem to have. We don't have any more chairs.
Yeah, no, I mean, seriously though, any small business that might be listening or entrepreneurship or whatever, definitely I would take advantage of Facebook and the boosting. It's a really good way to go get your message out there for pennies basically. Yeah.
All right, and you answered the next question about marketing strategies. So what about any unique programs that help grow the game? I know you did some kids stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And a couple other clinics this year.
Yeah, so we've done a few things this year. I think probably the couple that we're most proud of would be SNAG. It's a acronym for Starting New at Golf, which we last time I was in the studio with you, and I actually just wrapped it up. But so in February or first part of March, we went into Guess Elementary and taught. Right around 50 fifth graders, I believe it was, and the kids absolutely loved it. I mean, they did not want to go back to class. It was they had so much fun. So actually, one of our plans for this coming spring, February 2020, would be we're going to do 3 grades. We're going to do 4, 5, and 6. So we're looking to get kind of bring that number from like 50 to 150 kids. And then I was actually talking to the golf coach last night, and I was thinking. He brought up, he's like, it's too bad we can't get them to actually come up to the golf course as part of this. You kind of show them what to do in the gym, and then as weather allows, get them actually up there on the golf course. Let them hit some real golf balls. Let them, put a putter in their hands and stuff. So that's one of the things. Once again, my head pro Josh, he ran a fantastic summer junior program, a junior camp with, I think we had like 65 or 66 kids third week of June. Super popular. That's about as many kids as we can kind of handle at a time. Let's see. We did a couple other things. I do these things in May. I call it Practice with the Pro, and that's every Tuesday in May for a couple hours a night, like 5 to 7 every Tuesday in May. People can come and just hang out with me for free. We kind of go through my practice routine. I kind of help them. It's kind of individualized tips, which is a really cool way to do it. I got some beginners. I got some members that have been playing for a long time that, maybe they just don't want to spend the money for a lesson, or maybe people like learning when they can bring a buddy along with them.
Sure.
So I average probably 10 to 12 people each session. So that was awesome. And then my head pro, Josh, he did a kind of a Friday evening playing lesson. And same thing. He got, it wasn't free. I think there was a nominal fee for that, but, he introduced quite a few people to the game through that. So women, that's a big drive for us right now.
How long has Josh been with you?
Oh my gosh.
Has it been a couple of years? Because I remember bringing him on the air, and I think we were in this room. That might have been 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, Josh. Let's see. Josh has been. Oh man. Well, I hired him as like a 14-year-old to work on the driving range. And he's 24 now. So technically, he's worked.
But he left for a while and then came back as your head pro, right?
Well, he never. Yeah, he kind of left to go to school there for a little bit, and then he came back and got his PGA certification a year ago. So now he's a full-fledged PGA member, and he's our head golf pro. So,
all right. So he's kind of like your mini-me.
He is, man. He does. Yeah,
you got a mini-me.
He makes me look good.
I hope he's listening. All right. So you got your own mini-me. So what's going to be going on now? Did we miss anything there? Let's see here. About your programs, you got snagged there. Yeah. So what about off season? What kind of stuff?
Yeah. So off season, I just want to plug our restaurant a little bit here. It's one of the things that we're getting better and better at, and we've been known, I think, in Chewelah for having a pretty good breakfast program up there. But we've been lacking, I would say, a little bit in the dinner regard, and I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too early, but we've got some exciting plans coming up for this winter. We've been listening to the community, and everybody's telling us we need to, there's no Italian option in town.
Since we lost Mondo's.
Since Mondo's, yeah. And Terry Richmond, who was owner of Mondo's, he's a really good friend of mine, and he's out of the area now. And we're not trying to be Mondo's, but we definitely like the idea of providing something special and different than anybody else is doing in town. I mean, we don't want to say that we have the best burgers and coldest beer in town, because there's other restaurants that are claiming that, and so we're trying to do something a little bit different for us. So Italian, a couple of our food and beverage manager, Sean, actually worked for Mondo's for about 3 years with Terry. And then one of our cooks right now spent about 3 or 4 months with Terry. So right. The guys, they've
got a little Italian experience.
They enjoy doing Italian. I mean, we're certainly not going to steal Terry's recipes or anything like that, but we're going to use a lot of his concepts. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good chicken parm, and they can knock that one out of the park. So we're looking forward to that this off season. And then the other thing is just winter sports. I just touch on that a little bit. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Once we get a little snow, we're open for cross-country skiing.
The free sledding again? Or?
Yeah, sledding, which is kind of crazy. I wouldn't think our liability would allow us to go sledding up there, but we do. We're covered. So if you get a little snow and you enjoy that outdoor stuff, we'll have a kind of a trail marked off and maps. You just come into the restaurant and grab a map and head out on your way and enjoy your day. And then the reward up there is, of course, when you're done working out and cross country skiing, you come in and have a hot toddy or maybe hot chocolate or something. So yeah.
All right, maybe we'll do if the weather cooperates, maybe we can do like a KCHW day up there or something like that,
sure.
Where we all go sledding and broadcast live.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
There's some awesome sledding hills up there.
All right. I like that. Yeah. And that was people taking advantage of that last year. I think it was the first year you kind of started that officially.
We started it 2 years ago with not much results. Last year though, I'd go up there and do some work in my office. I'd look out and there'd be a family sitting there loading up and putting on their snowshoes, and we started to see a lot more of it last year. And we're just hoping to build on that a little bit, give people a nice place that they can come up, and like I said, it's free. So.
And you can't beat that. And then the safety of, rather than sledding on a hill where cars can be, or one of the best hills in town up at the cemetery where you can come careening into a headstone.
Yeah, those aren't very forgiving.
Headstones, they don't get out of your way for some reason. Yeah. But I will say that I have sledded down that massive hill up in the cemetery before. That's when when you're hard up when you take your kids to the cemetery to go sledding between the headstones. All right. So the restaurant too. Your hours officially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Does that happen at the end of this month, or
it's actually So technically they're closed right now, but then starting this Friday, we're on our off-season hours. So you're looking at 8 to 8 on Fridays and Saturdays, and 8 to 6 on Sundays. And then one of the nice things is basically they'll do breakfast until I think 2 p.m. or something.
Nice.
This time of year. Yeah. So you can wake
up. For us
up.
people that wake up slow on Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's right. And you can, I've been there. You can wake up late and then roll up to the golf course and get yourself a big old chicken fried steak or something. And
that was the one thing that I think that was so good when Mike started sponsoring programming with the restaurant. Is even for me is with you guys being up there, you kind of forget that there's this restaurant.
Yeah.
Another restaurant in town because you're out of town.
We are. Yeah.
And it was so great to bring that sponsorship, bring it top of mind for people that, hey, there is this restaurant. And one thing I will say, as not a paid endorsement or anything like that, but I've never had a bad meal up there. I love the food. Like you said, the breakfast. I love going. I love the environment. I mean, in the summertime, sitting out on the deck and having a burger, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it truly is. I mean,
and the service has always been good. The waiters and the waitresses,
good.
So
I'm glad to hear that.
You got a good kitchen crew. Be sweet to them.
We're trying to you got to take care of the people that cook your food, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
All right. So, interesting year with the change in your job. Your official title, I asked you, you said was Golf Operations Manager.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one when I'm telling people, make sure you got a sharp pencil to write this email address down.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a little long. It's essentially I'm a director of golf, but and so what that means is basically I'm in charge of overseeing our maintenance staff now. So I do everything golf related and maintenance related. The only thing I don't have any say over is the restaurant. So everything except food and bev. I had a great year. I mean, like I said, my head pro Josh recently, he kind of stepped up into the head pro position. So he's kind of running things on a day-to-day basis, pro shop and RV park. And then our maintenance crew that's headed by a good friend of mine named Ron May. And
I went to high school with Ron.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Yeah, he has just done he's the hardest working man.
Really?
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Good job, Ron.
Yeah, he's very blessed to have Ron as my kind of my go-to out there. And his crew really respects him. They've done a tremendous job. So shout out to Josh and Ron for making this first year go smooth for me.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So you also own the pro shop, correct?
Yeah, so I do. Unfortunately, I had such a good year up there and a big sale the last couple of weeks that there is hardly anything left up there, which is, in a seasonal business, it's perfect to not have to look at all that stuff all winter.
Well, yeah, because then you got to do the taxes on the leftover product, and at the end of the year and pay taxes on it. I remember one time Dr. Kolstad had told me, and I never thought about that in a business like that, where that product that sits on the shelf that doesn't sell, you got to pay taxes on it again. And I remember he pointed out a pair of frames, and he said, I paid taxes on those frames 3 times because they haven't sold. So that can be really rough for a business. So that's good to clean out the inventory before the first of the year,
right?
It's
a great feeling. You don't want to spend all winter looking at stuff sitting there. I'd rather have it out than
or pay tax on it when it hasn't sold. Yeah. All right. Very cool. Anything else we missed up there going up to the golf course?
I don't think so, man. I covered most of it. We are officially closed right now, but the 9-hole golf course is still open. So if anybody out there's listening and they want to go play, you're welcome to do that. It just got to make sure the frost melts. So anytime after, say about 11 o'clock or so, you can go up and walk the 9-hole golf course for free. And there's restrooms and stuff up there, but there's no chance to rent any balls or rent any golf carts or hit any range balls. The restaurant's closed except for like I said, Friday, Saturday, Sunday here. So,
all right.
But yeah.
All right, and once we get a good snowpack underneath, so you're not going to hurt your grass, we get to start sledding up
That's
there.
Right. Break out those winter sports.
All right. Thank you very much, Jason. Pitt from any relation to Brad Pitt, by the way?
I wish.
Okay. I was saving that one. Yeah. All right, Jason Pitt, of course, from the Chewelah Golf and Country Club. He is the operations manager, also the owner of the Pro Shop. Thanks for coming and sitting in on the show.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to wrap up this interview, but we will be back. We're going to give Jason a little shot at doing some odd news.
Okay, perfect.
All right, see if you're a news reporter, too. All right. It is KCHW 102.7. There's some new music. I don't know the band, OBB, but the girls will like it because it says you're one in 7 billion.
7 billion people. For me, there's only you. 7 billion people. How did I get you? Laying here with you is easy. We don't even have to try. Just the sound of 2 hearts beating, hiding nothing in our eyes. With you, I know I can't be myself. I don't have to act like someone else. 7 billion people, but for me there's only you. 7 billion people. How did I get you? 7 billion people, but for me there's only you. Yeah, you. 7 billion. How did I get you? I smile and you know what I'm thinking. I don't have to say a word. I could whisper in a crowded room. You'd be the only one that heard. No one knows me, sees me like you do. I don't wanna know the only 7 billion people, but for me there's only you. 7 billion people. How did I get you? 7 billion people, but for me there's only you. Yeah, you. 7 billion. How did I get you? Yeah, you get me. Yeah, you get me. You've got no objections to my imperfections, all of my quirks and crazy obsessions. Yeah, you get me. And I can't believe I get you. 7 billion people, but for me there's only you. 7 billion people. How did I get you? 7 billion people, but for me there's only you. Yeah, you. 7 billion. How did I get you? 7 billion. How did I get you?
KCHW 102.7. We make it so easy to listen to Northern Lights Public Radio. Of course, in your car. Online through our websites at kchw.org or northernlightspublicradio.com. We're on your smartphone, too. Use the Radio Deck or TuneIn app. And now we're even on Amazon. If you've got the new Amazon Echo with the Alexa app, just say, "Alexa, play KCHW," and boom, you're there. We're mixing it up. Old school radio or new modern technology. It's always KCHW 102.7.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without happens to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, take now. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, go. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down. Can't none bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Hey, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Come on.
Thanks for listening to the Music Education Station. 102.7 KCHW FM. Beginning at 6 each night, enjoy a selection from our over 20 genres of different music. Or check out the program guide at northernlightspublicradio.com.
Standing in the rain with his head hung low, couldn't get a ticket, it was a sold out show.